Hello students, it's me Deepakar here to teach you social studies, and today's class is basically based upon for the students of class 5 and 6. Social studies for class 5 and 6, and the topic for today is basis of formation of society. How society is formed and how the modern society came into existence. The society where we are living now, it is not the same in the form since its origin. So about different forms of society we will talk today. Before going inside the topic, let's first know what does society mean. What does society mean in the beginning? So society is a perfect combination. A society is a perfect combination of communities. Simply, easy for you all to learn. Society is a perfect combination of communities. In earlier classes we have discussed what does community mean. So again, in short, I will tell you what is community in reality. So basically, group of individuals sharing common house, common kitchen, and living under a single guardian is called a family. Is called a family. So when the number of member in a family is limited, they use common home. They live in a common single home. But when generations increases, when number of members in the family increases, it becomes difficult for all of them to settle down in single house. As the number becomes 20, 25, it is tough to adjust in the single house. That is why from one family, formation of other family starts. 2, 3 families, 4 families, according to the number of members in the family, number of family increases from there. As it is difficult to adjust in the single family. As the number of families increases, with the increasing number of families, there is in formation of community. There is the formation of community, and the same perfect combination of communities where people share common language, festivals, common goals, customs, traditions. When the people living at a place having common language, custom, traditions, festival is called a society. In other words, you can define society as a blend of group of people. A blend means combination. So combination of group of people living in a region at particular place. It is not that someone is living here in Janakpur, someone is living in Viratnagar, someone is living in Pokhara. So they can't be member of a single society. That is why they must be living in a particular region, in a fixed area around them, or a country where people share their customs, traditions, languages, laws they have common, and various other social organizations they share together. So it is called society. For you all, easy to remember, perfect combination of communities is called society. Perfect combination of community is called society. So it is what society is. Since the beginning of human era, since the beginning of first human being, the life was not the same how the life is today at present. life of people in the past, in the beginning, was a lot different than what our life is present today. So living style, even clothing style, custom, traditions, language, fooding habits, these all differs greatly. Big difference if you talk about ancient society and present society, modern society, a lot of differences we can find between them. So let's see what are the different stages of society. Different stages of society. So what different stages our society has gone through to reach here at present status. As I said, it is not the same since beginning. So how we have reached here at present? So in the beginning, the first there was the existence of the Stone Age. The Stone Age was there in the beginning. Fine. A Stone Age, as I told, since the beginning of human era, beginning of human beings on this planet Earth, the beginning of a Stone Age started. Beginning of a Stone Age started where people used to live in forest. Where people used to live in forest. Basically, we will talk about 4 characteristics under a Stone Age, and they are here as used to live in forest, then ate uncooked food, hunted animals, lived as wanderers, and made stone weapons. So when people were living in a Stone Age, when people were living in a Stone Age, when human societies existence occurred, it was a Stone Age. So during a Stone Age, people used to live in the forest. People used to live in the forest in a very similar manner as wild animals at present are living in the forest. So people's residence was in the forest, similar to the wild animals at present. After that, they ate uncooked food. Food that they used to eat were not cooked. At present, now, most of the food that we take, we cook them well before we take. Yes, some foods are there, fruits are there. No? Basically, fruits we eat uncooked too. Yes, basically we use uncooked fruits. But there, in the Stone Age, even they were eating flesh of animal, meat of animal without cooking. They didn't have a sense that food needs to be cooked before eating. Their development of mind was not of that level to know that for their health it is better to cook food. That is why they used to eat uncooked food. Then they hunted animals and lived as wanderers. They hunted animals. So their major sources of food were animal, fruits, leaves, roots of the plants. So when they used to eat flesh of animal, for that there were no markets obviously in those days. So people used to hunt animals in the forest, and hunted animals they used to eat without cooking. They used to eat them without cooking, and they lived as wanderers. Wanderers means they didn't have fixed living place. as we have permanent residence, fixed house we have. Either you live in Mills area in Janakpur, or you live in Ramanand Chowk region, or in Janki Chowk region, wherever you are living, you have a got permanent settlement area, fixed area where you are living. You have fixed house, either here in Janakpur or in village, you have fixed residence. But people in those time, in stone age, they didn't have permanent settlement at all. They used to run away in search of food basically, and wherever they used to get food, they used to settle down there. Next day again, they will be in search of food. Wherever the search of food will take them, they will reach there. That is why no permanent settlement. So I have written here, they were as wanderers. Then they made stone weapons to hunt animals. We can't hunt animal with our hand only. We need certain kind of weapons, and for that weapons they used a stone. By cutting down stones into sharp shapes, just by throwing a stone on the animals, sometimes by tying up a stone with a stick, they used to use as a spear, and they used to hunt animals. So life was very difficult in that time. Then after hunting age, there was the existence of agricultural age. The agricultural age. The agricultural age came into existence. With the name agriculture, you can understand that development of agricultural activities. Development of agricultural activities began in society. Rather than just using fruits, roots, leaves of trees and hunting animals, they changed that habit into agriculture. So basically three features under this we can talk. Three features under this we can talk. First one, began. Permanent settlement. Then learned agricultural or agriculture and farming, and started domesticating animals. So they started domesticating animals and started permanent settlement. In their societies. So the people during agriculture is, basic feature of the people in agriculture is were began permanent settlement. As here we can see, they were hunters and wanderers. They didn't have permanent settlement area. Now they started to settle down at fixed place. They learned agriculture and farming. Rather than being focused only to hunt animals, they started doing agriculture, farming, through which they can grow several kinds of crops which would make their life easier, as they don't have to run behind the food every time. Then they started domesticating animals. As in the beginning, they were hunters, they were killing animals. So now they started to keep animals, not kill animals. Rather, they started keeping animals with themselves so that their food will be easier. Already has become easier because of agriculture. Now whenever there will be shortage of food, if they have domesticated animals, other sources of food also started increasing, like milk. And when they want, even they could have cut that animals. So food source became easy for them to get. So after this agricultural age, there was the age of industries. So the industrial age, so with it we can understand what? That the development of industries started. Development of industries started in the society. So products, raw materials started to be used in industries to make new products. So here what happens? Basic features. Establishment of industries, basically agro-based industries. Invention of machines. So establishment of industries, invention of machines, then establishment of large scale even. Establishment of large scale industries. So what are its features? Establishment of industries, invention of machines, establishment of large scale industries, and even people's life, life of people became a lot easier and comfortable. So in industrial age, establishment of industry. In industries, basically agro-based industry. So what type of industry we call as agro-based industry? So here for agro-based industries, here agro means agriculture, and based is based, and it is the same here. So agro-based industry means agriculture-based industries, industries which are based upon agriculture to make their product, because whenever any product is made, they require raw materials. What they require? Raw materials. They require raw materials. As we all know, there are some products that can be directly obtained through plant, but a lot of products are made by processing product of plants or animals. By processing the products of plants and animals, a lot of products are made by the industries. So without raw material, there can't be existence of any industries. A raw material can be any. It can be mineral based raw material, agriculture based raw material. So here we are talking about agriculture based raw materials. In our life, we use a lot of things which are the product of agriculture, but we don't use directly through agriculture, rather we use as a product of industries. Like we all use sugar for sure. Sugar we can't find directly on a plant, like we can find mangoes, apple or guava directly you can obtain from plants. We can't find sugar in the same form. To get sugar, we need sugar cane. So sugar cane is processed. Sugar cane is processed in industries, and their product becomes sugar. So sugar is what? Product of industries, whereas sugar cane is here raw materials. Sugar cane is raw material. Similarly, tea is a product. Tea is also a product, whereas tea is made from tea leaves. So it is what again? Raw materials. So tea leaves, raw material, tea, product. So this type of industry is called agro-based industries. So what are agro-based industries? The industries which are based upon agriculture for their raw materials are called agro-based industries. Then invention of machines occurred, because in the beginning in industries also a lot of works were done by hand. So when works are done manually means people does work with their hands, it becomes slow. The work becomes slow. So production in industries was limited. That is why to increase the production of industries, invention of machines were done, so that machine can work continuously for longer time without getting tired. With high efficiency, production will be increased. As a proverb is, scarcity is mother of invention. Scarcity is mother of invention. When scarcity occurs, invention follows the scarcity. Like there, when they felt difficulty in production just by using human beings, because production used to be less, so to increase that production, what they did? They invented machines. With the invention of machine, establishment of large scale industries became possible, so that production will be higher, high amount of raw materials can be utilized, and then the life of people also became very easy and comfortable, because things they required started to get available very easily in the society. So last stage of society is the modern age. The modern age, the age in which we are living now. The age in which we are living now is modern stage of society. So this is also called as the age of science and technology. Now the world has become a global village. Work has become global village, and along with that, development of infrastructures. Along with that, development of infrastructures. So in modern age, which is also called age of science and technology, scientific inventions have started. A lot of technologies got introduction in our life. These technologies started making our life a lot easier than ever before. The works we were doing manually, now machines are there for that. In past, our traditional technology, Jato, was used to grind grains to make flour. Now grinding mills are there to do that. Production is very high, work can be done at very higher speed. Large amount of grains can be changed into flour within few minutes. That was difficult for us to do. We can communicate to the people living in United States of America, or in Japan, or in Korea, or in Australia. Within few seconds we can talk to anybody living in any part of the world. Event occurring in one part of the world can be known hereby being in our houses too. That is why I have written here as world has become as a global village. Like a village world has turned into now. As whatever incident get happen in the village, we get information about those events very quickly. Similarly, at present, whatever happens in any part of the world, in Japan or in Germany or in Korea, we can know it. At present condition, how much people are infected with coronavirus in Italy, in America, in Nepal or in North Korea or in South Korea or in Japan, in India, we can know it. We know it, in fact. How we are able to know it? Because of development of science and technology has made this whole world a global village, very small, not by area, but as a sharing of information has become very fast, so it feels like it has shrinked, became smaller. A lot of infrastructures development occurred, roadways, railways, highways, electricity, communication, transportation, drinking water, these things became very fast in the society, good state of this condition, again which made our life a lot more easier. And at last we'll read about basis of formation of society, factors needed for the formation of society. Factors needed for the formation of society. So what things we need? What things we need to form society? What things we need to form a society? So what are basic factors that we require to form society? So they are culture, cooperation, responsibility, culture, cooperation, responsibility, security, occupation, and along with occupation we can add one more here, that is social thought. Social thought. So these are what? The factors needed for the formation of society. So to form society, we need to have culture, way of living life. We need cooperation among the member of society so that life becomes easier. Why we live in society? We live in society basically because we can get cooperation from social members. So when needed, they can help and support us. Then responsibilities. People living in society must be very responsible. We all are responsible for our growth. Yes, we are responsible. But at the same time, we are also responsible for the growth and betterment of society also. Growth and betterment. So people living in society must be responsible one. There should be the sense of security. We feel safe, secured in society. That is why we don't make our house in forest, no? Because we feel there insecure, danger, unsafe. That is why we live in society, because we feel very secure. People living in society used to adopt particular occupation so that they can gain income, because money is not everything in our life, but it means a lot. It is a lot of things. With money we can satisfy, we can fulfill all kinds of needs that we have. That is why we need to adopt occupation, and we need to have social thought as well. We need to have positive thought about our society where we are living. We need to be positive to our society. So not only our personal growth, along with our personal growth, there should be the growth of society where we are living today. So this is it for today. Just few questions I will give you as your homework. What type of industries are called agro-based industries? What type of industries are called agro-based industries? Explain the major features of the Stone Age make a list of different stages of society and explain any two of them. So these are 3 questions for your homework. Do it very seriously. I hope this class was beneficiary for you students for class 5 and 6 both. Stay at home, stay safe. Thank you. See you again in next session. Thank you.